Hello dearies, welcome to today's lesson. In this lesson, we'll be looking at pollination. Pollination. Now, what's pollination? Pollination is commonly defined as the process of pollen grain transfer from the anther of the stigma of a flower to another. Now, pollen grains are formed in the pollen sac, which are completely enclosed in multiple layers. You can see in the picture. Now, we have pollen grains, which are those yellowish things you are seeing there. They are open in sac during pollination when they want to be pollinated, so they are open. Now, depending on the source of pollen grain, pollination can be divided into two parts. Pollination is divided into two parts. We have what's called the self-pollination, which is also called as autogamy, also known as autogamy. That is self-pollination. Second, we have the cross-pollination, which is also known as allogamy. So these are different types of pollination. Now let's go to self-pollination. Self-pollination, this is transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of the same flower. Cross-pollination. Cross-pollination is the further transfer of pollen grains depending on the flowers. Depending on the flower, from another flower to a different flower. That means from one flower to another different flower. As you can see, these are simple example or simple explanation of cross pollination. As you can see, the pollen grains are being taken from another flower to another flower. So this example of cross pollination. So this is an example of cross pollination. These are some explanation of pollination, as you can see in the video below. Now let's see some agents of pollination. Agents of pollination are, we have insects. What insect? Insect like bee. Bee can carry pollen grains from a flower to another flower by sticking to their body when they feed on the nectar of a flower. Secondly, we have wind. Wind is the air in motion. So when air is blowing in different direction, it can take some pollen grains from a flower to another flower through the movement of their hair. Now we have birds. You know your birds, right? Birds are animals that have wings and fly. So the process whereby birds can transport some pollen grains from a flower to another flower, when they are trying to feed on the flower, so the pollen grains stick to their body. When they go to another flower, they deposit those pollen grains. So those are the ways pollination is carried out by these following agents. Now let's go to effects of pollination. Effect of pollination. Then what is the effect pollination occurs in plants or in flowers? There are effects in plants or flowers. Now we have one effect, which is pollination induce changes in color of a flower. Induce changes. What's the meaning of induce? Induce simply means it changes a flower, the color of a flower. For instance, a flower is yellow, it can change it to what? It can change that flower to red. Like you have your lily flower. Once there is a crossbreed of pollination from one anther to another, from one pollen grain to another, it will change the color of that lily, which is white, to red, which is known as rose flower. So that's how it changes color of a flower. Also, next you need to know, pollination leads to production of fruit. How? You may ask, how does it lead to production of fruit? For instance, your birds taking some grains like rice, taking from some grains of rice from a plant, from plant of rice, then taking it back to another area. So it can lead to production of fruit or different types of plants. So that's how they lead to production of fruits. So next we're going to be looking at pollination also helps in production of seed. to produce more plants. Production of seed to produce more plants. How does this happen? For instance, even your pollen grains, little tiny dusty powder seed, which bees take from one place to another. Once the bees take it to one place to another, then it reproduces back to the same pollen grains as seed, which will create more pollen grains. So that's how it produces more seed. Also like a rice seed. So that's the reason, that's the meaning of what it produces more seed to make more plants. So kids, watch this next interactive video clip with a bee and 2 flowers. You're going to love it. It's a very interesting video clip to explain more about insect pollination in a flower. So kids, enjoy and learn from this.
Do. Hey, I am here to make some seeds. I wish I had some pollen. Do. Hey, I got some pollen. Check it out. Can I have some? You bet. Come and get it. Well, we got a little problem. What? I can't walk. Oh, right. Neither can I. If only there was someone who could pick up your pollen and bring it over here to me.
Can't you hear my babies crying? They're hungry. They need pollen for food. The workers are hungry too. We need nectar to make honey for them. Go get me some pollen and nectar!
As you wish, Your Majesty. Hey, what's up, flower dudes? Hey, bee. Oh yeah, hey, bee. Like, why are you guys acting so weird? Well, you see, we need some help from somebody with wings. I got wings. What can I do you for? Well, my friend here needs a little bit of my pollen, but I can't walk, and he can't walk. You think you could take some of my pollen and deliver it over there to him? Well, sure, but I need some pollen too. Could I have a little bit? Sure, there's enough for all. That tickles. Hey, thanks, bee. Now I've been pollinated. Pretty soon I'll be making some seeds. Hey, you know, I need a little nectar too. You guys got any of that sweet, juicy nectar for me? Well, sure, we made some just for you. Take all you want. Hey, now I've been pollinated too. Thanks, bee. Everybody happy? Yeah, I'd say that was mutually beneficial for all of us. Later, flower dudes. Later, bee.
So kids, that's all about pollination. I hope you enjoyed the video clip, which is an interactive video between a bee. You can see the bee, it was able to transfer some pollen grains from one flower to another. See you guys in the next lesson. Stay safe, follow the COVID-19 rules, and learn the best. Bye bye.